Hey there, welcome to my channel. Let's continue with our series, episode 4. In the last episode, we have covered pretty much a good amount of functionality on the vendor section. Now in this episode, we will work on the shopping section, where at least we can find available foods for a provided location. So user can browse the food catalog of the different restaurants. As I told you in the first episode, you will increase the complexity of the project episode by episode. So let's move our project to the next level. In this level, we will refactor our code a bit. If you are new to this episode, I would like to highly encourage you, please watch the previous episodes to get on track. Alright, let's jump into the code. In this index file, so we will refactor our code a bit. We will keep separate our Express and database connections in the separate service file. So that is, we have created one folder that is called services. So inside the services, we will create one file. From here, index.txt file, we will cut it all and paste it here. And while we will create one more file that is going to be like our new. Alright, here's just to paste the content. In this Express file, we don't need like this mongoose here, and mongoose URI also not needed. And this one we will just keep one step further. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Here we will export these things as a default. This application will come from here. Express is no more required. Good. And app will be, yes, that's good. This app will be not required. Yeah, this Express will be required because we are using images here. So let's import this. So inside this function, what we are doing, we are taking app as a dependency from outside, and once we receive these things, and we are executing all the Express related stuff inside this function, and we are returning back the app. Okay. So in the database function, we will be refactor all those things related to the mongoose. So now here the same way we will export. Be connected. If something is going wrong, then we will try one thing like try catch exception. Now log yes. This piece of code we will move to inside the try block. That's good. Right? That's good. So in the index file, we will utilize those two files, like Express app and the database. Here we will add one function that will be our start server. Const start server. And then wait for app, and now we'll using for app. Using for good. So finally we will call our start server here. Good. Now it seems pretty much clean in terms of like index.ts file, right? So all the services we have moved to the service inside the service directory. Whatever services we have introduced, it has to be testable. So this is the way we can make it clear. So let's go with the flow. First of all, let's see if the project is working perfectly or not. After refactor, if there anything is break, then we can see right here. So it is waiting for our database connection. Yeah, DB connected and listening to port 8000. Right, so seems everything is working perfectly as expected right after a refactor also. Now we will try to make some call from Postman. Okay. First of all, we will go to the vendor section here. No, let's just check it out, like vendors exist or not from admin section, get vendors. Okay, it's going through. All right, so our routes are working. Right, good. And vendor also, we will try to log in from the vendor section. This one. And log in. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So we are getting response, right? That's good. All right, so in the last episode, we have covered a pretty much good amount of functionality in the vendor section. Let's move forward to the shopping section here. So what we will do first, we will, in the route, there is no any route for shopping, I guess. Okay, got it. Let's see. Okay, so we will be going to the Express app. Here only vendor is there, admin is there. Here we will add our shopping route. Okay. Shopping route doesn't exist, so we need to add one route file also here. Alright, so what we will do here, first of all, we will add a couple of routes here. And then we will like right, so these are the routes we will add here. Let's add the routes one by one. So we add and we add our here. Second we are here we have and input and also yes put in it's not needed. Okay, put and we need right here. And here that's what we are. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So here this route will get our source. You will right here. Good. Good. So we have added all the routes. Now we need to create a controller to handle all those routes here for shopping routes. So inside the controller directory here, we will create a controller that will be and here. This is and you will see that's good. So let's hook up these things to our shopping route here. But before that, we need to export these things here in an index file of the controller. Export store from shopping controller. Good. Now in the shopping route, we will use this thing here. So now we need to export these things also here, just like earlier. Export store from shopping route. Good. Now let's go to the Express app here. From route, we will import our shopping route. Good. Now all the error has gone, I guess, right? Now we will add some code into the shopping controller. So we will add some code into the shopping controller. So at least we can get some response from the shopping controller as per the specific route endpoints. Here in the food availability, inside the food availability function, let's grab the pin code first. Pin code. So the idea is like get the food availability for the specific area. We will look for the pin code because when we have added the foods for a specific vendor here, as you can see here in this admin controller, it has the pin code number, I guess. This pin code number, right? So and yeah, it's only one vendor. How many vendors? Yeah, different vendor we have. So this vendor don't have any foods, I guess. No, foods empty. But this vendor has some foods, right? So if we provide this pin code right there, then it will give us all the listed food, whatever available for that specific the pin code. That is the idea behind this. So let's grab our pin code first here. The whatever result we are looking for, get food availability, if that the specific vendor is online, or if it is this specific vendor is serving properly, then only we will getting the food. So this service available option vendor can enable and disable. Let's say some of the restaurant it is not open for Sunday, so then they can turn off. Then the service available will be always false. Okay. and if it is really it's working or it is in service, then it will gonna be like true. So so whenever we will making a request, then always we will getting the getting the specific foods whatever available for today only, right? Not the offline restaurants or something else. So that is the idea behind this. We are using pin code and the service available. Okay, that's good. We will use sort here. And eventually need to populate what we will populate foods, because vendor has a food options right here. Good. Here, same this one. Good, this one. Now we will check whether a result is there or not. The result is result dot length. Definitely it will return a kind of array. So if it is greater than 0, then 0. Yeah, always passing these data is a good thing. Like, you know, it will be very easy to handle from the client side. It is easy to handle from the front end. Stuff depends on the status code. We can show some message or something. Next we will pass this result here. Good. And if result, this is kind of return response. If result length is greater than 0, then we will simply sending the result from here. And if result has no data or something is going wrong, then we will simply show some kind of the error message. That will be our return start status. That will be 400 position. Simply message will be like no data. Data not found. That's good. So get food availability is done. So let's try these things from our Postman. Is it working or not? Okay, it is saying data not found. Why it is data not found? Because here, while we are try to fetch the vendors, as you can see, service available always false, because we are not adding those functionality to the vendor for a while. So later on we will add this functionality, like service availability is false or true, whatever it is. So for a while, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tweak these things, like this query I'm putting as a false. So later on, whenever we will add this functionality, then we will make it true again. Now we should have some data here. Good. Yeah, as you can see, we are getting the foods, right? That's good. That's a good sign. So next, what we will do, next we will move to the top restaurants section here. Again, the same thing, like when we will be copy this stuff from here. Maybe some of the data we can reuse. It may save some of our time. Pin code is required. And top restaurant, this is fine. Service available, that is also we will take care. But this food is not required, because we are not looking for foods. We are looking for restaurants only. Good. And we will be limiting our result in terms of like maybe 10 or maybe something. But in our case, let's say we are limiting to only 1. In terms of we have only 2 restaurants, I guess. If we are look for the vendors, I mean restaurants, only 2 restaurants are there, right? So we will be looking for only 1 restaurant, or maybe you can set the limit. For a while, I'm just putting 1. That's good. And rest of the things will be same. So let's try this out here. And top restaurant. And we will not put any kind of, like we will put some kind of junk pin code, right? Let's try this out. There's no data, and this time we will put correct pin code. Okay, 00050. Yeah, we are getting only 1 restaurant, right? Whenever we are looking for the get top restaurants, and we will get top 10 restaurants, whoever having the highest rating. Good. And now let's move to the get food in the 30 minutes. This is we need to look into. So the idea behind is like, you know, we are just looking for a ready time in terms of like how much time it can take to prepare the food. So depends on that time, we will be looking for food, like whatever foods are available in between less than 30 minutes or maybe within 30 minutes. That is the thing we will try to achieve in this function. So here, the same thing we are going to copy these things from here. Okay. Right. So Here the pin code always required, because for a specific location only we are looking for, and we will resolve also that is perfectly fine. Service is that's perfectly fine. Sort and limit is not required in this query. Only one more thing we will add, like populate. That will be populate and populate foods. Good. And now we will look for if it has some result, right? Then we will go through some kind of logic here. Foods available within 30 minutes. That is we need to check. Let's declare an array. And vendor has a food functionality, and food has a kind of model that is going to be like our food model. So that thing we need to extract from the foods. So vendor foods will be is a kind of as food doc. So that is, yeah, food doc is exist, but we have not exported, I guess. So let's go to the model foods here. Yeah, we are going to export these things. Good. Now here, yes, food doc interface. So it's a kind of food doc, right? So now we are getting the food as a kind of array of food docs. Okay, so let's make it plural foods. Good. Now we will check for like whether it foods has the ready time less than 30 minutes or less than equal 30 minutes. Then we will push the specific food to the food result here. So food result push all the foods, whatever foods we will get it. I'm using spread operator, so the whatever the items inside the foods right after using the specific filter or something, then everything will be pushed into the food result here. So foods, then using filter, and inside the filter food will be there, and we are looking for specific food, food dot ready time. So ready time will be less than equal to 30 minutes. That pure access, not push, it's push. And finally we are just returning the result, food result here. Food result here. Good. So what we did here, first of all, we are grabbing the pin code, and after that we are finding the specific vendor by pin code and service availability. And after that, once we receive this result, and if result has some value, that only we are just adding this this specific logic in terms of like declaring an empty array of any. And after that, we are going through the loop of like a result where vendor will be available, and vendor has a puts. And vendor has a puts parameter, where the puts parameter is a kind of like put document interface. So we are just casting this specific put as a put docs here to this puts array. And once we receive these things, then after that we are pushing all the puts in terms of like whoever having ready time less than equal 30 minutes to this puts result. And finally we'll just returning this puts result here. So let's give a try from here. And push, and 30 minutes. Okay, that's good. So have you seen? We are getting all the puts, like it has 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and all those things. So let's say we are looking for some puts which is having only less than 30 minutes. Then simply we can change this condition here, less than 30 minutes. So now have a try here. Yeah, so have you seen only these are the foods are available, which is going to be like 15 minutes. Now let's move to the source put section. Here in the source put section, it's very simple. We will try to fetch all the puts, whatever puts are available for that specific location, and get it back, just give it back. Not just like availability, but something like similar. In the availability, we are considering the rating also, but in this case we are not considering any ratings here. Let's do these things here. So this logic will be no more required. So we're simply returning the result. Okay. So whenever we will try to search some food, then we will returning the whole bunch of data in terms of like for specific pin code, and definitely it will be not greater than 1000 data. And that portion also we will take care by introducing some cache technique. That is, I told you in the beginning of the series, like we will introducing some caching mechanism, and we will use the elastic search also. So that in that portion we will cover all those things in the search criteria. That's good. So for a while, let's see how the search functionality also working. Alright, so we are getting some foods, but it's a kind of mistake. We are looking for food, but it is giving the restaurant also, right? So that is not we are looking for. Once we are searching for food, then it should have to give a kind of array of like all the foods. That is missing. Alright. So what we need to do here, we are receiving the result. That is perfectly fine. But again, we need to do some kind of logic just like this way, right? From vendor. It can, because it's returning the vendors along with the food. So we are not looking for vendors, we are looking for specific food only. So let's copy these things from here and paste it here also. And so now here food result. Now let's give a try here. Yeah, that's good, that's wonderful. Now see, all the foods are listed. So now the last thing is pending here, that is called the restaurant by ID. So what we will do here, that's very easy. We will be going here, just copy these things from here. This length will be not required because it is simply providing a single item, right? This single item, it will provide a single document. So if we no need to check like a result is greater than or result is something, we are just checking for like, if it is a falsy value, then we will be returning simply like data not found, or it is a kind of like true value or it has some value, then we will return simply the result and whatever it is right there. So definitely we are populating foods also. That's gonna work for us. So now let's give a try here. Send it. Good. So now as you can see, we are getting specific restaurant along with the food also. That's good. That's all for this episode. In this episode, we have covered some basic functionality of the shopping module. And in the next episode, we will work on the user module, where we will create our user account and we will verify our user contact number and user details with the help of the OTP model, where we will send some SMS and we will set up the whole OTP system in this project. And afterward, we will work on the card system, like where we will add some food from the shopping module and it will be reflect to the user account. So a lot more things we need to cover. Thank you so much for watching this video tutorial, and I hope you like this video tutorial. If you really like this video tutorial, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Stay healthy. Thank you so much.